be hard to get out of the office sometimes. Look, I know I'm bad at it myself. And, we really need to take a moment for ourselves. And as much as I'd like to go out and take a walk, most days it is a real challenge. It's impossible to get out of here, or at least that's what I've told myself. Now, I'm sure it's the same for you. And we've got a lot on our plates. We have a lot to do, and we've really convinced ourselves that we can't. We can't get out of here. We can't take a half an hour to get out and get into the neighborhood and experience the world. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself again. All right, I am E.H. Howard, and this is the Toolbox Challenge. And you're probably asking yourself, what is the Toolbox Challenge? And that's an excellent question, all right? It comes from something back then when I was in art school. One of my teachers kind of had us talk about keeping things in our toolbox, sort of skills and backgrounds that we had. And as a well-rounded owner, we never know what's coming at us. It's, we're like out there like Wonder Woman, kind of dodging bullets and stuff. And we need to be ready for anything. And you're the vice president of your own sales, and you meet a lot of people. You got to connect with them fast and easy and quickly. And that can be sometimes hard to do, especially when you want it to feel real and genuine. And that's kind of the goal here, to have those new experiences that kind of equate to getting a new tool to put into our metaphorical toolbox, all right? Those things that we can go back in a later date and time, access when we need them, pull them out of our utility belt like we're Batman, and give us an in to talking to new consumers, new partners, whatever you need. And that's really what the Toolbox Challenge is all about, all right? It's just to kind of get us out of our head for a little bit, experience new things, give us some tools. But you get the idea, right? I'm kind of rambling as usual. All right, so let's get into the actual specific challenge, shall we? All right. Now, when I was back east, I loved to walk. I mean, kind of didn't really have a choice. It was either that or mass transit. And in most cases, I chose to walk. One, because it got me home faster in some times. But in another way, it was a great way to relax. I got to see the world around me. I got to notice things. Oh, wow, there's a new store opening. There's a new this opening. All right. I really got to experience what it was like to live in the city. And those were things I would have missed, racing by on a bus or underground in a subway. Now, I don't walk as much now that I live in the suburbs, especially down here in Anaheim, but I've convinced myself I don't have the time to, which is why I don't. Now, taking a half an hour to stroll the block is well worth it. And I can find the time to surf the web and get into all kinds of trouble on social media. So I probably could carve out some time to take a walk around the neighborhood and get out of here and experience things. And that's a good thing, all right? Now, in this challenge, you're going to take a walk, a stroll, a sachet, whatever you want to call it, all right? At its core, though, what we're talking about is getting out and seeing the world, getting out and experiencing the world around us. You don't need to walk a marathon. I'm not asking you to take, 26 miles. You don't even need to walk a mile. You just need to circle the block once, maybe twice, half an hour or less. Come on, that's doable, right? I mean, I'm going to go do it, so I think you can do it, because of course it is. Now, there's some rails that we need to keep within so that we're just not we have a sense of purpose and a goal here. First, if it helps yourself, give yourself a destination. All right. Sometimes I'm going to walk down the corner and get a coffee rather than drive. And that's my way. I'm going to go to the library, get a book. The point is, the goal is our way of getting out and moving. All right. So if it helps, give yourself a goal. Second, don't just walk, just notice things. Notice the world around you. Notice that the Joneses have painted their house. Notice that there's new plants. I noticed the other day when I went on a walk, there's a new bike shop down the street that I had just opened. So those are the kinds of fun things that you're going to start to notice and experience, all right? Now, your third rail is you're more than welcome to listen to music. I'm kind of a person that I'm Gen X. We've always had headphones in our ears. I always listen to music. But for this challenge only, no audiobooks, no podcasts, no news, no slam poetry. I don't want you to focus on what's in your ears. I want you to focus on the world around you. I don't want you focusing on somebody telling you a story. I want you to experience the story. Now, in future challenges, we're going to add other parameters to it. We're going to make it more difficult. We're going to add some more things. But for right now, just get out and take a walk. And when you're done, let's move on to the reflection portion, all right? All right, welcome back. And yeah, it's still me, E.H. Howard. This is the reflection portion of the Toolbox Challenge. And I hope you had a great walk. I hope you enjoyed yourself and found some really great things. Now, for this challenge, you're going to need a notebook. And the Notes app works. Whatever you want to use, a sketchbook, it doesn't matter to me. The point is, you need to keep some notes about your experiences so you can kind of remember it. I find that if I write things down, if I kind of process them, then they're going to stick like glue. And I use a Moleskine like this, you know, it's all got all kinds of great notes in it and stuff. And it's just a place for me to keep stuff that I want to remember down the road. Now, I've got 100 of them, so I don't know if I'll ever find it, but it's there if I need it. Now, there's also a worksheet included with the description below. So if you need to, it's got the same prompts, it's got space to work out. Feel free to download it, print it as much as you want, as much as you need. Don't be shy. The link is in the description below. Now, the goal here is to keep a record of our thoughts. We want to process the experience so that we can come back and refer to it later. We can use it, go back to our metaphorical toolbox and pull out that tool we need. That's the goal here, all right? Now, try to write your notes as soon as you're done after your walk, all right? That way it's kind of fresh in your mind. It kind of keeps, you haven't added to it. It hasn't kind of changed by the world around you. You're going to get the most out of it if you do that. Now, take all the time you need with each question. There's no timers. There's no sort of way. And remember, we're keeping notes. So don't write an essay if you don't want to. If you want to draw pictures, if it's a one-word thing, if it's a joke, sketch, doodle, you name it. As long as it will help you remember the experience so that you can recall it 6 months or a year from now. That's it. All of this is all about membering. All right, that's it. We're just trying to member stuff. So, all right. And again, if you need to, you do you, however you want to process. Now, what I want you to ask yourself is the following questions. What did you notice? Write it all down. Now, what might not seem important now might spur something later. For example, maybe the Jones is painted and you like that color. 6 months from now, you might be doing a project and you're like, hey, that color on the Joneses house, that's the color I'm looking for. That's the color I want, all right? Those are the types of things that we're going for. How did it feel to get out? Now, we made arguments to ourselves that we couldn't do this, that we didn't have the time, etc., whatever it is. The business would come crashing down, that the world would end. But don't you really feel a bit more energized? Don't you feel a little bit more focused? A little more zip in your step? Yeah, I bet you do. All right. Those are the few questions for this one. Now, future ones, we're going to get into a little bit more of assessment and refinement, but I just want us to learn to walk before we run. All right. The goal here has always been to get us on a path of experiencing things, to see the world around us, to do things that can help us grow as a business and a business owner. Because we are part of the world and we need to be part of it, we need to engage in it, and we need to experience it because, say it with me, we can grow our businesses easily and effectively. And that's why these are so important. They really give you the tools to work with. They really give you the tools to understand the world and be a part of it. And that's really all we want, right? Now, if you're up to it and if you feel like it, share your thoughts, experiences in the comments section below. I'd love to hear about your walk. I'd love to see some of the things that you've experienced. If you want to even take some pictures and post them, great. Again, that's going to help you. Now, while you're here, don't forget to join my tribe. You can join it at my website, join.ehhoward.com. If you're on Facebook, there should be a link to the email below. Sign up today. I won't bother you too much, but just a skosh. But I will keep you in the loop of things as they're coming out. And again, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your day. I really appreciate you spending it with me. I really appreciate you going on this challenge with me. And I don't really know what else to say after that other than, now get out there and take a walk. You'll be glad you did.